So the Sun and Fun Aviation Expo is a little over 2 weeks away, and I wanted to drop a little information about the show in case you've never been, and tell you a little bit about me if you're new to my channel. I'm going to be filming a lot during the week of Sun and Fun, and I'll be dropping a video every day. It'll include the air shows and the latest aircraft and the vendors and all sorts of information. So it'll be broken up into some different videos. So like and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned, and I'll try to pass on a little bit of information that might be helpful to you. And like, comment, subscribe, leave those comments, ask me questions, and I'll be glad to help you out. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy. So the Sun and Fun Aerospace Expo is going to be held in Lakeland, Florida this year, Tuesday, March 28th through Sunday, April 2nd. If you're not familiar, this Aviation Expo is everything about aviation. There are daily air shows, there are static displays, there are representatives from every aviation product out there is got an exhibitor. They have all of their aircraft. They have spokespeople and salespeople and everybody there to show off everything there is to see related to aviation. And a lot of stuff that has nothing to do with aviation is also there in the exhibitor halls and around the grounds. If you've ever been to AirVenture in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, it's a similar event. It's laid out similar fashion. The grounds are laid out similarly. So it'll be very, very familiar to you, if just not on quite grand of a scale. If you like P-51s, there's going to be twice as many at Oshkosh that you're going to see in Sun and Fun. But you're still going to see lots of P-51s and all the warbirds and the vintage aircraft and everything you want to see. The daily air shows, the night air shows, all of those events that we love at EAA AirVenture in Oshkosh is at Sun and Fun. It's a little earlier in the summer. It's in Florida instead of Wisconsin, and it's a little smaller scale. But it's an awesome event. I've lived in Florida my whole life, and I've been going to Sun and Fun for years and years, and I really get a kick out of it, and I keep going back year after year. It's just a great event. So if you're going to drive to Sun and Fun, it's located in Lakeland, Florida, which, if you're not familiar, is about 30 miles from Tampa and maybe 60 miles from Orlando. So if you're going to fly in and rent a car, you can fly into either of those three airports. If you're going to drive, you can go straight to Lakeland and stay with lodging in either Orlando or Tampa if you don't have something set up in Lakeland. So today I did a quick search on VRBO, Marriott, and Hilton and just looked at what's available. Actually, they all have availability. The prices are a little high, as you might expect for a large event, but there is availability in Lakeland. If you go to Tampa, which is about a 30-minute highway drive, you can get lodging a good bit cheaper. And I've done that many times where I've stayed overnight in Tampa and then driven in to Lakeland for the event and then went back at the end of the day. It's really not that big of a deal. So if you want to camp, but you're not flying in and camping under the wings of your plane, they do have a campground at Sun and Fun. I suggest you go to the website and check out the ins and outs. I've not done this before, but I know they have regular campground type facilities, a country store, shower houses, all that sort of thing. So go to the website, check out what you need to do for reservations, and just know that that's another option you have for coming down to Sun and Fun. So if you're going to fly your own aircraft into Sun and Fun and stay at the show, I urge you to read through the NOTAM a couple of times. It's out and available. You can read it. It's got all the traffic patterns and the frequencies and everything in it to kind of help you get familiarized with what you're going to need to do to land at a very, very busy airport. The camping experience at Sun and Fun is similar to what people are familiar with at AirVenture. You can do tent camping right next to your plane and be with lots and lots and lots of other people doing the same thing. It's a great way to get the experience, be there, be right next to your plane, and just get to know all your fellow aviators that are doing the same thing. I can't wait to do that. I've missed the opportunity so far. Building my own aircraft now, and I hope to fly in and camp next to my plane sometime in the next year. So if you want to fly your own plane down to Sun and Fun, but you don't want to land at the Sun and Fun site and deal with all the traffic, there's another airport close by called Plant City. I urge you to look into that option. I know a couple people that every year they fly into Plant City, park the plane, rent a car. It's like 10 miles away or less. And it gives you just another option, and it gets rid of some of the stress of all the traffic. Another option is to fly into Tampa Executive. Again, it's 30 miles away, has good facilities, and you'd be able to get a rental car. So if you're arriving at the show via car, this is an overview of the entire Lakeland Linder property. In red here, I've circled the parking area where most of the people park. If you're a vendor or you're camping, you go somewhere else. In black, the circle is the main gate. You may, depending on when you arrive, have to walk quite a ways, so just be prepared. The red is a handicap area, so if you have a handicap placard, you can show it to them and go up, and you can get much closer to the gate. The little blue area is where they park motorcycles, so keep that in mind. So one of everybody's favorite things at Sun and Fun is the daily air show. Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a daytime air show. And on Wednesday and on Saturday, there's a nighttime air show. If you go to the Sun and Fun website, you can see the schedule for the events and kind of see what performers are going to be flying and kind of get a feel for things. This is a show of the Aeroshell team flying on the Wednesday night air show from last year. I will tell you the night air show is absolutely a must-see. You've got to plan to include that in your schedule because it is great. Another fun thing about Sun and Fun is just seeing all the static aircraft that are for sale. The latest models from every brand worldwide. They come in from all over. And it's fun. They open them up. They got salesmen. They have placards with all the specs for all the different aircraft. And it's something I really enjoy. I would love to have a TBM 960 parked in my hangar. And I'm sure most everyone else would love to have one. But they're opened up, and you can look inside and check out the latest and greatest. If you go into the vendor hangars, they have enormous hangars just full of everything aviation, and then a whole lot of just general cool stuff that you can purchase. Outside of the hangars, there's even more tents with more vendors selling tools and sunglasses and all sorts of clothing and everything aviation related as well. But it's a wide array of options. Knives, flashlights, new lights for your plane. You name it, there's a vendor there for it at Sun and Fun. Another little neat thing that Sun and Fun is they have a swap meet. So they have a hangar where people drop off used everything, a lot of mostly aviation related, just cool stuff that you might want to pick up and take home with you. So you got to check your bags at the door, and then you can walk around and see what you want, and then they have a cashier where you can go over and pay for your items. Well, that was a quick overview of Sun and Fun. Just a couple of tips. Be prepared to do a lot of walking. Remember, it's Central Florida in the early spring, summer area. It can get very hot, very humid, and there can be rain often or all of the above. So just be prepared for that. Most people bring a backpack. Definitely wear your comfortable walking shoes. Bring a bottle of water. There's a lot of food vendors available, so you can basically get any type of food you might want. There's places to sit down. There's places where you can grab something quick. There's a beer garden, maybe a couple of beer gardens. So you have those options available. But anyway, hope to see you there.